What's going on, guys? Sick day today. I'm still in 3 spy puts. I'm looking for a bigger move, lower. Holy crap, was today sick. Soly, S-O-L-Y, was absolutely crazy. And there's some good stuff to learn, as always. I can show you some scalps. I mostly scalped this. And I know this looks kind of crazy, and my commissions are too high, but I was scalping this with a relatively high share size for me on this kind of stock. 1,000 shares. I had 1,500 shares in here. So some good things to learn. Now, I don't necessarily think that I was over trading. I was scalping, and that just means I have high commissions. But I don't like the way that felt. I should have, again, just had more patience. I should have used this 848 level. Where did I get that from? Right here, I believe. Yeah, these lows. Kind of the 850. Let's call it 850 because this thing whips around, so it's not really an exact level. Let's call it 850. This should have been my buy line. Now, I was trying to buy. My buys were pretty good, but I should have seen that this was holding and maybe been buying a little earlier than I was, rather than at 922. My thesis here after this candle was that all the shorts that I saw in here that were slamming this down on huge volume were starting to get underwater, and that this could easily squeeze through high of day. And I'm selling like 1,000 shares for 30, 40, 50 cents profit when this thing just went like a full dollar. I could have been up like thousands. Well, like 2,000, 3,000 today. So I always want to come out of stuff learning something, right? And I want you guys to learn stuff too. So let's go over some of these trades. I'll show you some of them. I was trading BIOC at the open. I was watching for the 148 level. You can't really see it on here. But there's a 148 support level, and I was just buying. I think this was a good buy, but I did that thing where I stop out. So I had my first stop in a good place. It was under the lows, and I was just waiting for a break towards 165. I think this was all fine. This was all fine and dandy, and then I get stopped out right here. Where do I get stopped out? I get stopped out right there. So my mistake was that I took the trade again. I said, okay, this still looks good. Where is it here? I just lost a quick 50 bucks on SFET. That's fine. So I rebought it here. I rebought 1,500 shares higher. Now I always do this. I stop out and then I rebuy. So I think the best way to fix this is to move my stops. So I had a stop right here. This is support, right? Like, this is support. That's why I was buying there. I shouldn't be selling there. I should be buying. So I need to accept the risk of a trade which is more than $29. Okay, with this kind of size and the stop being down here or even lower where it originally was, I would have lost about 100 bucks, which is my risk per trade. So I do stuff like that, and it's not. It's a consistent error that I'm making. So another error I made was that I added to 2,000 share. Like, why did I add to 2,000? My max size is 1,500 shares. So I eventually get stopped out of this. I'm trading some other things, Netflix. I'll go over some of this stuff quickly, but I don't want to jump around. SOLY, I was going to buy it like right in here. I was so sad when it just 750 up to 8 bucks without me, but I was just being patient and waiting for a trade. So my first trade on it was right here. As we come out of the halt, I buy 1,000 shares at 828. I buy them on the bid, and you know, it's a great trade. I'm buying for the halt level. We're immediately, I knew this was a scalp, like, right? Like a scalp, a very quick scalp. So I'm putting them up. I'm trying to sell them. I ended up selling them on the bid to that guy at 847. And and then it's gone. That's it. Trade's over. And then it drops. So that was a crazy fast and good intuition on that trade. So let's watch it again. On halts, we hit 850. We dip. I see that it's stalling here. Buy my shares. Or no, I bought them on the ask, I think, actually. Buy them. We're waiting for the surge. I see a whole bunch of sellers here. I put my shares up with this seller. And then I move the order down because I want to get filled immediately. And I get filled by that guy, I think, or partially that guy at 847. And that was that. That was the first trade. I took a couple scalps on it here. Where was it? Just buying towards VWAP. Where's a good one here? I was trying to scalp the high. Again, I'm using a lot of shares for the range of this stock, right? So I was buying there for the break here of this pennant above 850. So I bought it at 845. It actually came down for a second, and I was getting a little nervous, but we eventually did just shove through. You can see I immediately put my shares up. I immediately get filled, and now I'm up another $170, so 17 cents on the trade. Let's watch that one more time. So we're consolidating. We're consolidating right here. We're clearly making a pennant. We're on lower volume. So I'm just looking, I'm watching, just trying to see the momentum, what's happening here. So we're in the 820s, 830s immediately. Someone with 4,000 shares popped up. I don't know if you saw that. Let's watch that. 820s. This is what I can see. So this is the ask. Someone popped up, 4,000 shares. I don't think he got filled, so he immediately canceled his order. And now we have 1,000 shares at 832. So that was my trigger to buy. Now, I was buying a little close to the highs, and that was why I was kind of scared. But this does eventually keep getting bought up. I put my shares up just as it breaks through. It happened to be at 862 or 863. I get filled towards high of day. It wasn't the top. And that was that. So, I don't know. There's a whole bunch of trades. I took it with smaller size in here, and I'm stopping out. Like, I'm trading it a whole lot. And I don't want to go over every single trade here, but this is clearly, I'm trading it a little bit too much, right? Like I was scalping it for 10, 20 cents and then rebuying it here for the move, but then it didn't, so I sold for a 10-cent loss, and then I'm rebuying, and then I'm selling, and I'm rebuying and selling. It's a little bit more stressful than just swing trading. So again, it's not, my commissions, like, if you look at my commissions here, they are high. Like, I'm not saying that they're not high. I'm just saying that it's for a reason. It's because I was scalping it so much, and that's why the commissions on the other stocks are so low, because I wasn't actively scalping them. I was just kind of one trade, two trades, three trades, done. So that was that on SOLY. Pretty sick. I traded the MES. Like, I was trading a whole bunch of stuff. I was shorting the MES. I missed a beautiful trade on the MES here. So the SPY double topped yesterday, right around here, and we shoved into it today, but I was busy trading other things, so I missed that double top, and that would have been such a sick trade. That would have been a lot of money right there. So that was unfortunate that I missed that, but I waited for a good level, which was the opening price right here. Let's call it right here. I was shorting in here, shorting. I think I was 20 contracts short of the MES, and I was selling towards, or covering towards the lows here. I covered, and then I just put in a stop at break even, and I got filled for those on the way up. So I only made $80 on that. There's so many other trades. BIOC ended up losing 189 total. It's because I used 2,000 shares. You know, I shouldn't be using 2,000 shares. So how am I going to make this useful to you guys? So I bought some. Now these were these were yesterday's puts, or Friday's. Remember Friday's puts? So I bought them at 42 cents. They're not doing too hot right now. I'm just going to let them expire worthless unless we somehow get under 280 today, which we're not going to. But I did end up buying puts for tomorrow at 69 cents. They're the 282 puts. So I'm betting that the SPY is going to go under 282 tomorrow. Or by tomorrow we're going to capitulate. And the reason that I think that... Okay, this is a useless chart. The reason that I think that is because we had an inside candle yesterday. If we look at this, we had an inside candle yesterday. We double topped, and I think if we have another inside candle today, that we're gonna go under these lows right here of 282 and capitulate lower towards, you know, the low of this candle, 280.50. So that's the plan. And if I had gotten that stuff up here, that would have been such a sick trade. But anyways, I got those puts right up here at 283, close to in there. Where did I buy that? 282, 11.12, 11.12. Oh, I got them up here. So I got them up here. I'm just waiting. I'm just holding. I think once we break under the lows, we're going to continue lower. So that's that. We had a pretty sick day. I'm not going to lie. It's way less stressful than Friday, because Friday I did really well too, didn't I? I think I made $600 or something. Let me just pull her up here quickly. I'll use YouTube because I don't track my actual P&L in a spreadsheet anymore. Oh my god, that's bright. Yeah, so that was really stressful on Friday because it was up, it was down like crazy, but as you saw in my P&L, I didn't let the winners or the losses run. I had a $190 loss, which kind of ran, but the other one 56, 52 from the puts, and then I let my winner run. I let solely run like crazy. I always held on to a piece. I was just trading it really, really well. Why is it doing this? SOLY. So I was always holding on to a piece. I sold my last piece right here. I don't really have a problem with that. We're talking about maybe an extra $100 of profit because I only had 100 shares. Other than that, I'm not sure what else to say. I hope you guys learned from that. It's always just about following your plan and being disciplined, right? Like, whether it's your max loss, like if you lost more than your max loss today, then you didn't follow your plan. You didn't follow your $100, $200, $300 plan. Maybe you added into a short and this just kind of whacked you out. Whatever it is, make sure you work on something and you follow your plan. So the thing that I'm working on now is my stop placement. Don't raise the stops so early, because that is not accepting the risk of the trade, and that is fear, and fear is a really bad emotion in trading. So that's the thing that I'm working on. I'm letting my winners run. I'm still working on my patience, like my entries, but I'm really good at letting the winners run. I just have to be a little better with my entry and the start of the trade. So other than that, sick day. It's kind of crappy, so I'm not really going to do much. I'm going to probably order some food, just hang out, and answer your guys' questions if you leave them down there below. So we'll see you tomorrow.